What's up, party people? We've got a 2004 Infiniti G35. Now it's got a VQ35DE engine. It's a 3.5 liter V6. It'll be in this car from like 2002 to about 2007. Also in a Nissan 350Z and some Infiniti FX35s. Now this thing is here because it's got a bad valve cover gasket. It's leaking oil all over the engine, making a bad smell, creating some smoke. So we're going to fix that today. Now before we can get to the valve cover, we got to remove the intake manifold. And before we do that, we have to remove the intake, some vacuum hoses, some other electronics, and then we can get to the bolts around the perimeter, and there's some in the center as well. So we'll start with taking the intake off. Right, this is an aftermarket one. Whatever you got on there, get it off. We're going to take some bolts off for this wiring harness because we're going to have to get that out of our way later on. And then some of these vacuum hoses so we can get our intake manifold off. At this point I realize there's some coolant hoses attached to the throttle body. You can either disconnect those or unbolt the throttle body, whichever you want to do. I think this one had a paper gasket, so I didn't want to take it off, so I just left it attached. So once the upper half of that clamshell is off, there's going to be a few bolts in the center that hold the bottom half of the manifold and that gasket there. We got the fuel pressure regulator over here, and then one bolt in the back, one bolt in the front, and a vacuum line that I forgot, and that bottom half will come off. I like to put blue painter's tape over the holes in the intake so that no nuts, bolts, screws, dirt, debris, or anything else falls in there and gives you a problem later on. Okay, so now that the intake manifold's out of our way, we have to get some other things out of our way just to get to the valve cover. We've got this wiring harness that we're going to disconnect, some of these vacuum hoses, and then we'll take off all these bolts to pull off the valve cover. Once the valve cover's off, you peel out the old gasket and insert your new one. Now circled here are the spark plug tube seals, and you may or may not be able to replace them. You're going to want to clean the area where the gasket is going to seal. Personally, I like to use, red Scotch-Brite pads. Towards the front of the engine, you're going to want to pay attention to these two spots. There's going to be some old RTV silicone that you're going to clean out real nice because you're going to put some new RTV silicone in those corners. Just a little dot in this corner and in this corner. And after that, you'll just put it back together the way that it came apart. Now I'll show the other side. It's real similar, just a few little subtle differences. But that's pretty much it. Right, nice and straightforward. Not too bad. If this helped you out, throw me a like. Maybe even hit that subscribe button. Who knows? We got repair videos going up every once in a while. And also some kind of cool projects. We'll see you next time.